Right. Let me see, do I need to move it down? Maybe just a tad. So I don't feel like I have to be all the way in the back of the room. Okay. Let's hang ourselves all the way down. Beautiful. You know what? Let's start with, we'll just do like our 4 all the way up to 8, 1 or 2, just so we can kind of ground ourselves down into the room, and then we'll go on from there. So I'm just going to put one hand up on my chest, one on the lower, taking a nice deep inhale into the belly. Whole body just respond. His hands will go away from each other. Let's exhale through the nose or mouth, whichever you prefer, to the count of 4. And hold out for a sec. Let's inhale again for 4. Hold at the top, and then we're going to exhale for 5 counts. Holding out for 5. And let's inhale again for 4. Hold. Notice what you're feeling in your lower back. Exhale for 6, drawing it out, relaxing on the exhale. Let's inhale for 4 again. Hold. Can you feel your tailbone in the shoulders? And exhale for 7. You're back in neutral as you hold it out. And let's inhale again for 4. Good. Holding at the top, relaxing the shoulders. We're going to exhale slow for 8. Can you make it smooth, or are you noticing even on the exhale that it's a little bit choppy from the breath and from the movement of the spine? Just an awareness. Pause, relax completely at the bottom, and let's do that one more time. Inhale. Is the inhale choppy? And pause at the top. And let's exhale for 8 again. And last one, inhale. The chin is tucking. You can feel the tailbone, feel maybe the shoulders, and slowly, even if you can go longer with that exhale, and just bring your back to neutral. The slower you go, the better it is for your nervous system and for the rewiring of the brain. And then just feel what that neutral position feels like. You can drop your arms if you're having them up there. Maybe wiggle one hip up and the other. Just getting a sense of what your body's feeling like today. So I'm just going to do a little bit of an arch and a curl. Just noticing, this is just how is my body expressing itself today? What's sore? What needs to be released? And then let's just bring those arms straight out, dropping the legs. And we're going to do a nice brain body fitness kind of sequence. Actually, I have my arms out to the side, but we're going to start with our side to side. So actually bend them in your cactus arms, meaning like the goalpost. And let's stretch up one side as we contract the other. Stretch your fingers. Give me a big jazz hand. And then slowly bring everything to neutral and just relax. And let's go the other way. So the other arm reaches up. The second arm comes down. You're just going to look on the contracted side and release to neutral and relax. Good. Let's do it a little faster. I'll let you guys go at your pace. I'll call out mine, but Feel free to go faster or slower. I can feel some places in my one side that I didn't even know I had there. And I'm going to come to neutral and roll right into the other side. And side to side. So I like to inhale to the center if you want to do it and continue with the breath. And then exhale as you stretch to one side. Inhaling center. Exhaling. Stretching the fingers, maybe even pointing the toes on one. Side to side, pointing those toes. How about if you mitten hand and flex the feet? That feels kind of odd, doesn't it? Just shifting up the hand positions and the foot positions will change the sensation of what you're feeling. Just notice, nothing to be done about it. Just an awareness. How about one more time each side? Getting a sense of where you're feeling some contraction, a little bit of pulling maybe sensation. Come back to goalpost and just let go of all the tension. Just notice with that little bit of movement, are you starting to feel some tingling and some energy moving through the body? I actually am. That was interesting. All right, so now we're going to put our arms now right out from the shoulders. And let's go. I'm going to start with my left arm up and over. So we all know this one, elbow, breastbone. I'm going to press that left heel in the ground to let me roll over to elbow. I'm going to jazz my hand. Keep the head on the ground as you roll right onto your eyebrow. Reach it. Good. Stretch the fingers. And now we're not going to go all the way back, but take that top hip, start to pull it back. The top hand comes basically over the bottom hand. And then push that heel in the ground to bring yourself back over past the hand. Good. You might even get a nice stretch on that arm, the shoulder that's on the bottom. And then use the hip to bring yourself back all the way, elbow, breastbone, elbow, reach. Good. And now we'll do two more faster. Elbow, breastbone, elbow, reach, and pull that hip back to allow yourself to come all the way on back. Last one of those, elbow, breastbone, elbow, pushing the heel and rolling on the face, reach, and let the hip draw you all the way on back. And keep your head looking at that left hand, or the one you just worked, as you bend the other. First one we'll do slow. We're going to do breastbone, elbow. That heel pushes in. Head rolls the other way as you reach. Then let that hip pull you back just to the top hands over the bottom. And reach out even further. Good. And now let's come back. All the way over. Elbow, breastbone, elbow, drop. Good. And here we go again. Elbow, breastbone, elbow, reach. Stretching the fingers, maybe holding there, maybe even wiggling a little bit to get a stretch on that other shoulder. As you come all the way on back, last one. Elbow, breastbone, elbow, reach. And pull the hip back to bring yourself all the way on back. Nice work. So the arms stay out, fingernails are down, shoulders are down. Bend those legs. Good. I like to kind of lift my tail and drop so I'm comfortable in the back. Then lift the heels and you're on your ball joints, pull them in closer and just allow them to drop over to the right. And just pause there for a second. What are you feeling? Anything? Any pulling in the back? Anything in the shoulders? Now take that left big toe ball joint. You're just pressing it in for some stability. And then think before we go anywhere, tuck. So if you're there and you're just tucking, right there, you're already starting to get a nice stretch on the quad up through that hip flexor. And then just accentuate. So you're tucking and slowly lifting the knee. Tuck and lift the knee. Notice if you're really tightening in the upper body. I say that because I was. So I'm going to relax my upper body. And keep the tuck and keep pressing up. Now I'm even feeling this in the glutes. And then keep the tuck and the tension. but slowly drop the knee. Feel that. Keep the tuck, lift the knee. We've never really done this really slowly with awareness. And now I want you to just let the knee drop and relax. So no more tucking, no more lifting. It's just a complete relax. Let's press the ball joint in one more time. What does it feel like now without the tuck to just lift the knee? You can lift it higher, right? Now, once it's up there, tuck. What does that feel like? It's a little bit different place, isn't it? Release the tuck, let the knee drop. Now arch the back. So you're going the other way. My head wants to go to that opposite side, to the left side. Just feel that. And then bring the head back and relax. And then pushing your fingernails or the bottom back of your hands into the ground. Bring those legs back up to center. You're going to drop those heels. Lift the toes. Pause for a minute. Get a stretch there on the shins. And then drop and press it back up into the ball joints. And notice as you do this, your lower back presses in, doesn't it? That feels really nice and supported. And then allow the legs to go over to the left. And just pause there for a moment, allowing whatever you're feeling to express itself. Then pressing the right big toe ball joint in. Before you go anywhere, think about tucking. Ooh, that is just a nice, interesting little stretch up the quad into the hip flexor, isn't it? Keep the tuck as you slowly start to lift the knee. The other thing in the tuck, you might even feel like you're pressing that top hip out and in, out a little bit. I don't have a better word for that, but I think you guys got it. Good. So as you're there, you're tucking. Now keep the tuck, drop the knee down. And then slowly bring it up so you're still under tension. And then relax the tuck. So you're still there, but you relax the tuck. Good work. With a relaxed tuck, slowly drop the knee. What does that feel like? Then lift the knee back up. And now arch the back out. That gives you a whole different sensation. Again, does your head just automatically want to turn towards that side? Mine does. And then bring it back with a tuck and allow it to drop and then relax. Beautiful. Now, let's pressing the hands in the ground, back of the hands, bring those knees back up to center. Drop the heels, wiggle around so you get yourself all the clothing feeling better. Good work. Then flex the feet. So lift the front of the foot. Take a moment to feel the stretch in the front of the foot, the shins and the calf. Drop the front of the foot, lift the heel, press up. Notice when you do that, how your lower back presses. Let's do that one more time. Drop the heels, lift the front of the foot, drop the front of the foot, and lift the heels. So now we're just going to do that little sequence, but we will go faster. So now let those legs drop over to the right, tuck, press, lift the knee, keep the tuck, drop the knee, keep the tuck, lift the knee, drop it, relax, and arch the tail out the other way. Then bring it back neutral, tuck, lift the knee one more time, and let it just relax. Then press to the center and then go all the way to the other side. Good. So giving yourself the tuck, lift the knee, keep the tuck, drop the knee, keep the tuck, lift the knee, relax and drop, arch the tail. Good. Tuck and lift the knee, drop it. And let's bring it right back to the center. So just some different ways to play. Let's bring those knees into our chest and give yourself a nice lower back lengthen, little side to side, little side to side. Beautiful. We're going to do something a little different today with this next part of the move. I want you to just bring your legs up. Get them as straight as you can, lower back presses. Your arms can be straight down. This is a back and a hamstring, really gentle stretch. We're going to be doing this slowly. So as slow as you can, here's what you're going to be doing. I want you to, let's do it to the count of like 12. You're going to start to bring the legs in towards your torso. So listen to me for a sec. You're going to do it. And what you're going to notice is as it happens, the knees are going to bend. That's correct. So don't worry about that. Okay. So let's begin a slow count. So you're just going to go really slowly, bringing them into 1, 2, 3. The slower you can go, the more powerful this is. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Allow the knees to bend. 12. Good. So just notice where you're at. Everything else should be really relaxed. Notice what might be putting up. Good. And now you're going to start to bring it back to the count of 8. And as you do, you're straightening the legs. So it's down for 12, but up for 8. So going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just notice if your legs are a little bit straighter now. Let's do it again for 12. Bringing it back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Notice where you're at now, relaxing everything. It's lengthening the back. And now back out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So those legs should be a little anyway, straighter. We're just going to do it one more time. 3 is the charm, down for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, excuse me, 12. Well, mine are in pretty close. Just notice how much closer those legs have gotten. And then we're taking it back for 8. 1, 2. Think about straightening them as you come back. 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So are your legs a little straighter? I'm just going to flex my feet and point, flex and point, flex and point. Roll them at the ankles. Feel it all the way up the lower legs and into the back of the knee. Beautiful. Now go ahead and bend those knees to 90 degrees and allow them to open out to the side. So let's get into those inner and outer thighs a little bit now. You can put your hands on your rib cage or by the side, whatever works for you. I am going to go ahead and open the lower legs now that I'm out, just allowing the weight of that long lever to start to open and stretch in those inner thighs. And from here, flex. If this is too much, of course, bend again. And point one more time. I'm going to do a little bit of rotation here. I'm going to go ahead and put my hands on my inner thighs, just gently. Create a little resistance between the leg and the hand and the leg. And slowly start to bring them to the center. Man, I am shaking. You guys shaking? Go really slowly. Getting a lot of shaking. So you're going to bring them all the way up to the center. And then you might want to put your hands on the outsides of the legs, wherever that's comfortable. Create some resistance there. And slowly let them drop. Not quite so much for me anymore, but you guys might feel a lot of tension there on your outer rotators. And then just allow the legs to relax there. Notice if you feel a little less tension on the inner thighs having done that. Go ahead and bend those legs, drop them down, pinkies touch. Let them allow them to just go to where they're ready to go to. Notice your lower back might be a little lifted. Beautiful. And now from here, just slowly, go really slowly as you bring those knees up to the sky, feet flat. But do this slowly and with awareness of what muscles are picking up to have you do this. How slowly can you raise the knees back up to a flat foot position? Nice. And then I'm going to pandiculate, hands on the insides of those legs, create resistance. So the leg is resisting the hand, vice versa. And slowly keep feeling that resistance as you allow those knees to open back out to the sides. And make sure that you let it release all the way to the very bottom. There's no more other place to go. Might feel your lower back lift a little bit, and then just relax and release it. Beautiful. Now, putting hands on the insides, you're going to create resistance and keep them where they are, but lift the knees back up again. You're creating resistance on the lift. Slow, 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 especially if you're shaking. Notice if you're shaking as much the second time as you did the first one. Coming all the way up, and then relax. Beautiful. Now this time we're going to put our hands on the outside of the legs and create resistance there as you slowly open. Going slow, 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 slowly, all the way to the bottom. And you can let it all go. Super good. And just notice now, are you feeling as tight up in that groin as you were? So now just slow again. Straighten the legs out a little bit in front of you, maybe a couple inches, then just pause and stop and let them drop. Notice what you're feeling. Straighten them down a little bit more. Pause and drop. Straighten them down a little bit more. Pause and drop. And just notice that each of those places, you might find that you have some stickiness. So you know you can always come back at another time and work on that. And then just let them straighten all the way down. Oh, so good. And let's bring those knees up. And one more time now. Give yourself a nice rock, some nice sides, maybe some nice big circles. How does that lower back feel now? We did that one really nice, long, slow release. And now what I'm feeling like it would be good before we get into the upper body, let's do our beautiful psoas release, because that also helps with the back. So before we do that, drop your legs down, straighten them out in front of you. Just hang there for a second, arms down, legs down. Let's just take a quick notice of how we're feeling now in the body. Noticing, do the two legs feel like they're the same length? Maybe one feels like it's a little longer than the other. Just notice. Bringing your focus up, knees, and up into this groin area. Does one side feel like it's a little more open? So if you're thinking about the front of the body, one open. And then on the back of the body, does one side feel like it's a little heavier down into the ground than the other? It's good to always bring your focus up again, lower back. What are you feeling? And even up in the shoulders. Do the shoulders feel evenly placed on the ground? Does one feel heavier than the other? Nice work. All right, so from here, let's go ahead, bend those legs, and we're going to start on the right. Just give me a sec. I'm going to take a little sip here. All right. I absolutely love this psoas stretch. For me, I think it's probably my most favorite. At this point, I really feel really good release with it. I'm going to start with my right leg. So just bringing your right leg up 90 degrees. Beautiful. We're going to start with a beautiful inhale. Let that knee arch out. I'll let the back arch. The knee will drop a little bit. Good. And then exhale. And on the exhale, come all the way to flat back. bring that same side or the other side arm in to the outside of that knee and pull it in. Good. So now you're getting a flat back and you're bringing that knee in close to the chest. And just notice, maybe you already noticed, wow, my knee is in pretty close today because we've done that lower back release. So we're just going to do one more inhale and arch, let the knee drop out. Feel the lower back. Exhale slow. All the way to the flatten as you bring that knee in. Good. You might even want to take the foot that's on the floor, gently press it in the ground. Notice if you get even more out of that. Beautiful. Now on this next inhale, you're going to be straightening the leg. So inhale, arch. Release the leg as you're arching, taking that big inhale, straighten it down in front of you, getting that leg, and then exhale. Let's exhale to neutral. Just go to neutral. Nice. Inhale into the belly here. And then exhale. Go all the way to flat back, keeping that leg long. And do that strong exhale like we've been doing to engage the core there, those lower ab muscles. And just notice how that lengthens out that leg. And then come to neutral. Neutral spine. And bring the leg back up. We're going to do that series. The only difference is on this one, when we straighten the leg, we're going to take that same side arm and stretch. So we're going to have that whole one side working. All right, inhale, arch. Exhale, come all the way to flatten, lifting the knee, intertwining hands, bringing it in. Good. You're going to inhale, and we are going to straighten out. So inhale, arch, letting the leg drop, bringing that arm and leg up away from the torso. Reach, 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 and then exhale to neutral. Just to neutral. Noticing what that feels like. Let's inhale, arch. Feel how the leg reaches out away from the torso and the arm bone comes up and out. Feel that whole side working. Let's exhale all the way to the flatten. So neutral. And then neutral and then flatten. So you can feel as you flatten, that leg bone comes in, the arm bone comes in, that the whole movement is happening from your core. One more time, inhale, arch. Stretching it all up and out. Exhale, let's go right to flatten. Feeling all that movement coming from the core, but really working the extremities. Beautiful. Let's just come to neutral. Bring the leg up and the arm down. Nice. Just hang there for 1 sec. And then let's just bring those legs both down. Relax. And we only did it twice. But just notice, does that side already feel like maybe the foot's flopped out a little more to the side, a little more open in the top of that hip? I know it does for me. So let's go ahead. We're going to bend both of them. We'll do that same thing on the other side. Just feeling the flat feet. Feel what your neutral spine feels like. Let's inhale, arch. And on the exhale to the flatten, bring the left leg in, intertwining hands on the shin, pull it in. Feel the length of the lower back. Press the right heel in the ground to get even more out of it. Good. You can keep holding on to the knee. We're going to inhale, arch. Let the knee draw out with the arch. Good. Exhale, right to flatten. Pulling it in, so you're using the hands to get a little bit more, pressing the opposite foot in. And then just come back to neutral. Good, I'm going to drop my hands. You're going to inhale, and this time just the leg stretches out. Inhale, arch. Leg drops, straightens out. Exhale, let's exhale to neutral. Feel neutral first, and then keep the exhale going as you flatten. Feel the leg bone come up to hug into that place. And then come just to neutral. And let's go arch and flatten. Inhale, arch. Feel the rib cage expand, the chin might tuck. You'll feel the tailbone. Exhale all the way to flatten. Hugging in. Notice the stabilizing knee wants to go out to the side. See if you can keep it straight up. You can even press the heel in gently. What are you feeling on this side? We're really engaging that core as well. And then just come to neutral. Let go of all the tension. Good. And now go ahead, bring that knee back up. We're going to do it one more time, including that same side arm. Inhale, arch. Exhale all the way to the flatten, bringing the knee in. You can hug it in there. Feeling that intensity on the back. I'm going to drop my hands. Inhale, arch. Drop the heel, straighten the leg, bring the same side arm up. Big inhale, arch, reach, reach, reach the leg and the arm bone. Exhale, come to neutral. And then keep exhaling to the flatten. And really exhale, pull it all in. Good. Let's go right into the arch and flatten. Inhale, arch. Feeling the length there. Exhale all the way to the flatten. Keep stabilizing these straight up. Nice. And then just bring everything to neutral. Bring the arm down, bend the knee. Nice work, you guys. Bring those knees in. Give yourself a beautiful little rock again. Maybe a little circle rock here. How is all that feeling? It's all feeling good to me, I can tell you. Beautiful, dropping the knees. Last thing we're going to do here with the hips and lower back is let's do a bit of some clock. So we're going to start with a hip lift on each side, and then we'll do our clock, and then we'll move on. So kind of finish with the lower body here. So I'm going to start again with my right. So I'm going to try to lift my left hip, my right hip, without using my feet. I find that most challenging. So I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to just focus on just lifting that hip. Now, as I lift the hip, I can feel how the body will shift over to the left drops, but I'm not using my feet. My focus is on my hip. And now I'm going to slowly drop that hip back down and relax. Notice all the muscles that had to pick up and then release to have that happen. All right, so now I'm going to do left side. So I'm just going to think about lifting just the left hip. Keep the knees straight up. And the knees and the feet want to get into the act. Try to isolate just the left hip. Feel how the right one drops. And then drop the left hip. And release. Let's just do that one more time. Thinking about the right hip, lifting it up. I almost feel like I have to keep my knees more to the center of my body. I'm not doing it, it's just kind of a subconscious. And then slowly let it drop, relax. Are you feeling some groin muscles picking up with that? How about the left hip now? Just intend, and then lift the left hip. Oh man, do I have to focus on relaxing everything and drop? So interesting. All right, so now let's do our 6 o'clock to the 12 o'clock. You ready? Inhale, arch, tailbone drops. Lower back lifts. Chin might tuck. Come back to neutral. Let's inhale gently into the belly. And then exhale to your 12 o'clock. So you're tucking, you do go flat and then you lift a little bit, but you're never past the lowest part of your rib. But you do have a bit of an arch and a lift there. and then come back to neutral. Flow right to 6 o'clock, all the way to 12 o'clock. Take it down one more time, 6 o'clock, all the way to 12 o'clock. Come back to that neutral center place. Beautiful. Let's just go right to lifting 9 o'clock. Drop down, lift 3 o'clock. Try not to use the feet and the knees. One more time, sliding right over to 9 o'clock lift. Take it down to 3 o'clock lift. Bring it back to neutral. And now I'm going to leave it to you guys at your own pace. I'll call mine out though. Inhale down to 6. And then I'm just going to lift my 3. Come up to 12. Lift my 9. And just start some slow, relaxed hip circles. See if you can get every part of the circle to touch and lift. And after you've done a few and you feel like you've got that move down, go the other way. Switch the circle. I like to use the breath with it too, if you can do that, so that you're exhaling on the 6. And as you come up to the 12, we're inhaling. And or the other way. And then just come to a neutral place. Pause at that neutral place. Good. Let's bring the legs in one more time. Good. However it feels good to you. You might even want to do some knees open. Bring it up, close them. You do a bit of external and internal. Maybe go the other way. Should be feeling really nice and loose now in the legs and in that lower back. Beautiful. Dropping the feet. Now let's just do a little bit of upper body here. So I'm going to put my hands behind my head. Elbows have dropped out to the side. Just maybe even press the elbows gently down. See if you can feel the shoulder blades. Maybe wiggle around a little so you can kind of connect to them. Brain body. And then completely relax, neutral spine. And now I'm going to press my right shoulder blade gently in the ground and slide it up towards my head. You might notice what all you're feeling if you want to tip your head in, if you feel some place that feels good. I actually feel that up in the pec. And then slowly let it drop right back to neutral. And then let go of all the tension. And we'll do the same thing on the left. So just see if you can feel that shoulder blade, slide it up. Do you have more sensation in that on one side than the other? Again, just noticing. And let it slide all the way down and relax. Beautiful. Let's do them both together up. So see if you can press the shoulder blades down gently and slide them both up. Good. And what happens when you do that? Does the chin want to tuck? Want to maybe lengthen the neck a little bit with it? And then slowly let it all drop and relax. I'm going to kind of shake my legs side to side to keep that tension relaxed. Let's now go right shoulder blade, press it down, slide it down towards the hip. Notice what all is happening there, how far down you can go, and then just allow it to come back. You almost don't need to do anything. If you just relax, it will come back to its neutral position. And same thing now on the left. Slide it down. Notice what you might feel. You feel something between the shoulder blades. And relax, let it come back. Beautiful. Let's slide them both down. How does it feel if you slide both shoulder blades down? For me, it's not much of a movement. It's almost more a mind game that it's going down. And then let them both come back up and relax everything. Let's go right shoulder blade up, left one down. So you're going to go in opposite directions. What does that feel like? And then let them both come back to neutral. And switch left up, right down. And bring them both to neutral. Good work. Let's go one more time. Right up, left down. Let them come back. Left up, right down. Notice if it's challenging for your brain to even connect to it. And come back around. Nice. Now we're going to go widening and contracting across the shoulder blades, seeing if we can get into some of those spaces. So to do that, bringing your arms directly up over your shoulders, fingertips face each other, but now bend the elbows and take the elbows out wide, like you're holding a really big balloon or big beach ball. Good. Now we want to contract. So we want to contract across the pecs and lengthen in the back across the shoulder blades. So keeping that width across there, start to bring your hands fingers in towards each other. But the idea is you're lifting the shoulders up off the ground in that widened place. So you're lengthening or widening across the blades as you contract in the pecs. So there's your hug. And now slowly release back out. You'll find the shoulder blades and the shoulders will start to drop. We're going to bring the arms all the way down. Go slowly. Notice that the top of the arms hit the ground first. Then you're going to feel elbows. Then you can do lower arms and finally hands and relax. Beautiful. Let's bring it back up. We can do it the same way. Hands, so you're kind of bending at the wrist. Lower arm lifts. Elbow lifts. Upper back, our arms lift. Bringing it back up into your big position, keeping those elbows bent out. And then hug it back in again. Hug it in. You might even feel your chin tuck. What happens in the lower back? You're lifting the shoulders up, feel the stretch across the blades, and then let's widen back and let them drop slowly, slowly, slowly. Whew, shoulders drop, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, all the way down through the fingers. Let go of all the tension. Notice how much tension you might be holding with that, even in the lower body. And let's do it just one more time. Flexing at the wrist to bring the fingers up. Lower arm lifts. Elbow. Upper arm. I'm bringing my elbows kind of like up and out. Widening them as I bring them all the way up. Good. Relax the fingers. Go ahead and contract one more time. Pecs contract as it widens across the back. There's your hug. And slow release down. All the way upper arm, elbow, lower arm, and hand, and relax. You might even want to just take your legs over to one side, switch the legs side to side, or maybe do one leg and over, just to keep that really nice and relaxed on the lower body. And last thing we're going to do with this is, I'm going to bring my knees back up, is bringing those arms straight up again, right in alignment with the shoulders. Drop the shoulders so you feel what that feels like. And then just take your right arm. Think about doing it from the shoulder. The shoulder lifts up. And once you get there, you can think about the hand lifting even higher. Notice how the body goes to one side. And then slowly drop that arm, shoulder drops. You're going to bring the other arm up. Other arm up, feel that in the shoulder blade. and drop that one down. Now we're going to do it like a pulley. So you're going to reach the right arm up as high as it's going to go from the shoulder. The other side is down. The head will turn towards the left. And then start to bring the left one up. You'll get to a point where they're even. Then that one continues to lift and the other one will drop. So it'll automatically be like a pulley. So you're stretching up one, let the head roll to wherever it's going to go. Then the other one comes up, lets that one drop. Switch. So it's really about taking the bottom one and lifting and just seeing where that place is. Lift and switch. And just one more time. Lift and switch. And then coming to that beautiful neutral place. Good. Last one, I said that was the last, but we are going to do one more. I just thought of it. So come up back into that beautiful big balloon space. You're holding that big balloon. Elbows are up and out wide. Feel that stretch across or the kind of little bit of a contraction across the pecs. Now you're just going to take that balloon and you're going to go over to the right as though you were going to be giving this big balloon to somebody. Notice as you drop to one side, that upside, you can keep pulling up at the elbow, feel the stretch now into that shoulder blade, and then slowly bring your ball back to the center. Let's do it that side one more time. So we'll do it the same side again. Over, over, over. Allow the head to roll to the side with you. Feeling that widening across that part of the blade. And now bring yourself all the way up. Good, and we'll go to the other side. You can exhale into it. Good, and feel that blade widening as the other one is contracted. And come all the way up. You're starting to get tired in those arms. I am. One last one. Up and over to the other side. And we're not doing weight training, but I kind of feel it. And really stretching out. For me, I can feel it if I think about elbow up and out. And then I get that really nice kind of pull right through that shoulder blade. And then come all the way back. And aren't you happy that I'm going to tell you, just bring those arms straight down by your hips and relax and draw those legs down. Oh, so good. You know what? To do the final, let's come back where we bring our arms back up into goalposts like we started. And let's do that first part of the brain body now that we've done all this other work. So jazzing the hand, I'm going to bring my right arm up, letting my left arm go down and stretching that side. And then come back to neutral and switch. How does it feel now? I might even flex that side foot. Good. So on the side that you're stretching up, point the toes on this one. And then come back to neutral. Then go to the other side, pointed toes, jazz hand. Then come back to neutral. This time, how about jazz hand, flex that same side foot, reach through the heel, stretching fingers, and come all the way back. Let's relax completely on the middle. Inhale. Exhale, stretch the other side. Just different ways of playing. If this feels good to you, flexing the foot as you reach. Bring it all the way back. And then slowly let those arms go back down at your sides. And let go. There's my big yawn. Let go of everything, all the instructions, all the tension. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly through the nose. And I'm going to do an audible sigh out with an ah, ah, feeling the vibration in that heart space. Ah. The ah is a heart space healing. In Chinese medicine, that's the sound for the heart. And then just let it all go. Just get a general sense of how your body's feeling now after all that beautiful, gentle movement. Feeling some energy moving, some heat or some cold. Just relaxing in the feet, relaxing in the lower legs, relaxing under the back of the knee, the upper legs, the hips and the lower back, rib cage, scapulas. Did a lot of work there. Upper back and arms and shoulders, relaxing the hands. Focusing on the back of the neck, just relaxing it and up. Where the neck hits the skull and up around the skull. Relaxing the forehead and the eyes, cheeks. You might want to open the mouth a bit and relax the throat and the jaw. Beautiful, just melting into the ground. Feeling the warmth on your skin. Cool breeze. Giving gratitude for every beautiful healing cell in your body. For all the blessings that we all enjoy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you all for showing up for yourself today to do this beautiful, relaxing practice. Hope you have a beautiful weekend. And I will see you on Monday.